Hello everyone, this is Starbound, and today, in a short of a clip as I can, I'm going to present to you the basics of building your house, your base, whatever you want to call it. I have a big structure over here. It's basically going to, I guess, I'm going to use it as my foundation, but that doesn't really matter. You need to know that you can build underground as well as upground. It's pretty much your call. You also can make your garden beneath ground, as far as I know, at least. And basically, you have no real restrictions, especially as far as gardening goes. But if you're gonna build beneath ground and rain can't really reach your plot or your farmland, you won't really have a bonus of watering or I guess keeping your soil moist. You're gonna have to do that by hand. Okay. Apart from that, building wise, now first thing you actually kind of need to know is building materials. You can start with pretty much everything. You can go with dirt, which is basically all that's around this big structure that I've created over here. You can't really place I guess different pieces of material. This is dirt. If I'm gonna click it over here, and I do, as you can see, is red. The light, or the light near the square, and so you can really place it. But if you have a background and it's connected to something, well, a whole new other story, as you can see. Yeah. If you want to destroy, of course, you're gonna use your matter manipulator. Just get it. You can leave spaces within air, and you can use them from there. So that's something to remember. Another neat trick that you really need to know before I'm gonna go into materials, and pretty much a short story of the materials. When you're gonna get the plot of material, whatever that's gonna be selected, in my case it's dirt right here, and it also depends on how upgraded your matter manipulator is, because this could be 4 on 4, not 2 by 2 or 6 by 6. You can dim it down or trim it down, and to do that you're just gonna press shift. It's gonna go back to 1 square, and that's it. You can build with this if you want smaller structures. Okay. Building materials. The easiest material you're going to find around is going to be cobblestone, and from it, at the workbench, basically the normal or the typical workbench, you can do over here in this tab a lot of bricks. Let me actually go over a few. So for this you're going to need other types. For cobblestone bricks, well, guess what, you're going to need cobblestone, but also you can do other things like and what I've used for my structure over here is actually, what is it? Rock brick. Come on, rock brick. Roof. Rock bricks, there you go. You also need cobblestone for this as well. And there's actually a few structures that, or I guess, parts from structure you can craft that will always use cobblestone, or at least one of the materials from it to make it is going to be cobblestone. Okay. The basic idea behind the building would be that for the most part you're gonna have to watch your buttons on the mouse. So for instance, my right click, actually let me change a bit with cobblestone so I can show you directly, because I have a lot of rocks made just pretty much for this. Let's put them instead of the net thingy. So that's gonna be 4. It's placed in pretty much either hand, doesn't really matter. You're going to get it with the matter manipulator, and if I'm going to set it and click it, it's there. But if I want to make like the background, you're gonna need to right click. So this is the left click, and this is going to be as you can see, it's a bit darker. This is going to be my right click, and I can do this pretty much everywhere. It's going to serve as the wall behind, and that's important. Now I'm going to show you why. So let's remove this for now. It does take a while because, well, my matter, not mana, I have such good mana. My matter manipulator isn't that upgraded. Actually, it's not upgraded at all. We're gonna go into furniture. I'm gonna get a door. I'm gonna put this instead of I don't know, let's put it instead of the dirt. if I'm gonna want to place this door, it's red as you can see. I can't click it. I can't really place it like anywhere around here. This is a bit different from most of the game as of this type. Usually you just take the structure, put it whatever, and you can build around it. Yeah, not over here. And it actually has a bit of logic to it if you get to think about it. I mean, you're not gonna place the door, the first structure within your building. You're gonna make the walls, and then you're gonna put your door. That's basically what you need to do here, and it's pretty important to know that because, well, if I made the background wall, this is something people sort of miss. You know what? Let me show you over here. So, I don't know. We have the what? How can I actually show you this? The easiest way would be over here. No, we're gonna do it like here, over here already. So if I'm going to build a wall, whatever, let's destroy a gap for the door. The pieces that are gonna be above are gonna stay in the mid-air floating. They're not gonna crumble down. There's no real gravity except for you falling in this game, and I guess other materials, but that's about it. We're gonna need about yay high, I guess. Come on, get it already. There we go. And if I'm gonna get the door now, well, it doesn't touch except for the base. So let's try to go like this. Now, the door should actually touch. Yeah. Oh, and apparently it actually really works. It didn't really work for me the first time. As far as I understood, I needed to create a background wall for this to actually work. At least that's how it worked for me the first time, to be honest. I couldn't really set this door down until I had a background pretty much of the same material. Well, it was like sky and everything. So it appears that you can put doors as long as you have a ceiling and a floor. That's neat to know, I guess. Maybe I just couldn't really figure it out for the first time. I always thought you also need a background, like this. As you can see, it's like you have like 3 walls and then you can set the door. Well, not like that. This. There we go. Well, that's the basics of building pretty much any structure. All you pretty much need to do is set a background, a wall, a ceiling, and you can put whatever types of doors you actually want. It doesn't really matter that much. I guess that's it. Apart from that, you can build pretty much everything you want. There's a lot of structures to be had or to take. You can transform yourself. If you can furnish your homes, there's a lot of recipes on that part. So it's pretty much up to you what you really want to do. I guess imagination is your limit, you know. Pretty neat. Apart from that, well, you can go pretty much any way. You know, like really high, really tall, doesn't really matter. It's not going to crumble down as long as you respect whatever. Another thing I guess you need to know about is that you're going to need a lot of space for most of the workbenches. And yeah, I guess I can tell you this as well. One of your first workbenches will be the fire. That's going to be your sort of food workbench. Then you're going to go for this one. This is going to be the inventory stable. And from this workbench sort of, you're going to create the rest of the workbenches. And for building, you're going to need this one, which is your normal wooden workbench. Like, it's not upgraded right now. And with it, you're going to be able to make most of the stuff that you're going to need, especially from wood, to build your house. Because you can do it from wood as well. Doesn't really matter. You can use it pretty much any type of material. Okay, that being said, if you enjoyed the clip, give it a big like, and to see more, subscribe. It was pretty fun, I guess. I already made myself sort of a fool because I didn't really know that you only need like tools, not 3 to put the door. But hey, we discover stuff on the way. So with that being said, see you guys around.